Defying death. Isn't that an easy thing to say? As if that weren't enough, this person also wanted to rule over eternity itself. Throughout human history, countless kings and emperors have come and gone, but among them there was one who ruled not only during his lifetime, but continued to rule after his death, for more than 2,000 years now. In China, beneath the earth there lies a silent tomb. This enormous tomb cannot be dismissed as an ordinary mound of soil. If the legends are true, inside it flow rivers of poisonous mercury, deadly traps, and an entire underground empire built beneath the ground. A secret so immense that even in 2025, scientists have not dared to open it. But why haven't they dared? Was it only the legends that stopped them? Or are they certain that a very real, deadly danger lies within? To find the answer, let's travel back together 2,200 years. At that time, there was no single China as we know it today. There were powerful kingdoms, constantly at war with one another. History remembers this era as the Warring States period. Each kingdom had its own currency, its own laws, its own traditions. The strong survived, the weak were erased from history. And right in the middle of this chaos, in 259 BC, a prince was born in the state of Qin. His name was Yingzheng. No one knew it that day, but this child would one day become China's first emperor. He ascended the throne at just 13 years old. He was very young, but surrounded by ambitious, ruthless, and exceptionally intelligent advisors. As the years passed, his true nature emerged. He was intelligent, he was determined, and when necessary, he was ruthless. Ruling Qin was not enough for him. He had a single idea in mind: one nation, one emperor. For nearly 10 years, he sent his armies on campaign without pause. Disciplined soldiers, advanced weapons, and flawless strategies crushed everyone who stood in his way one by one, and in 221 BC the states of Han, Zhao, Wei, Chu, Yan, and Qi fell to their knees one after another. For the first time in Chinese history, all the lands were united under a single ruler. Yingzheng gave himself a new title, Huang, the first emperor of China. But he was not just a man of conquest. He was obsessed with order. He introduced a single writing system, standardized currency, measurements, and weights. He even fixed the width of cart axles. To defend against northern invasions, he connected walls that had once been built by different states, a structure later known as the Great Wall of China. Hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives in these projects, but for the emperor there was only one thing that mattered: permanent power. Yet, no matter how powerful he became, there was one enemy he could not defeat: death. He could control laws, he could command armies, but he could not stop death. And this drove him into an obsessive search. Alchemists, scholars, physicians, he sent them across the empire. Some were dispatched to mythical islands. Others worked in secret laboratories preparing elixirs of immortality. The tragic truth is this: one of the substances that promised him eternal life was mercury. But mercury was nothing more than a poison that slowly killed the human body. Still, Qin Shi Huang did not only want to live forever. He wanted to rule even after death. That is why an ordinary tomb was not enough for him. The moment he ascended the throne at age 13, he began construction of his own tomb. According to historical records, more than 700,000 people worked on this project. Prisoners, soldiers, peasants, a construction that lasted for decades and continued even after the emperor's death. Even the location was no coincidence. Near the capital Xianyang, at the foot of Mount Li, a place considered auspicious. Underground, a perfect replica of the living capital was built. Inner city, outer city, palaces, storerooms, stables, parks. And of course an army. Thousands of soldiers facing east. Because even in death, the emperor feared his enemies. And the tomb remained silent for 2,000 years, until 1974, when a group of farmers digging a well struck something hard beneath the soil. What emerged was not a stone, a face, a body, a weapon. And the world was introduced to the terracotta army. Thousands of life-size soldiers, each with a different face, each one as if alive. But this army was not made up of soldiers alone. Musicians, officials, acrobats, and even in the afterlife, the emperor refused to abandon grandeur. And the greatest secret of all, the main burial chamber, still sealed today. No one has entered it. Ancient texts describe rivers of mercury inside, a ceiling covered with stars and deadly traps. For a long time these were dismissed as legends, but modern measurements have revealed extraordinarily high levels of mercury beneath the ground, which means the legends may be true. If the tomb were open today, mercury vapor could be lethal. The traps might still function, and the artifacts inside could be destroyed in seconds. That is why scientists are waiting. Maybe 10 years, maybe 100 years. Now the question is yours. Should this tomb be opened, or should it remain sealed forever? Just as Qin Shi Huang intended. Perhaps some secrets are more powerful when left undiscovered, because sometimes mystery outlives discovery. A low, distant rumble echoes beneath the earth. Wind whispers through forgotten corridors of stone. Metal creaks, as if ancient mechanisms still breathe. A slow heartbeat pulses in the darkness below. Dripping echoes fall like seconds passing in time. The air feels heavy, poisoned with memory. Footsteps of history march in silence. Stone soldiers stand unblinking, eternal. A deep horn sounds, long and mournful. The ground seems to exhale a final warning. Silence grows louder than any sound. Time itself holds its breath. Shadows press closer, clinging to the walls like ghosts. An unseen river flows, shimmering with deadly promise. Stars glimmer above, carved into an artificial sky. Ancient commands linger, refusing to fade. Even decay obeys the emperor's will. Curiosity trembles at the threshold, afraid to step forward. Some doors, once sealed, demand respect, not answers. And beneath the silence, eternity still listens.